What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, I got a story out of Georgia, right? And it's about this boy right here that you see. Boy you see up here is 18-year-old Jadarius Snipes. And I feel nothing for this guy after he just got sentenced to 45 years in prison, plus another 20 for robbing and killing someone. Now, not only did he participate in this robbery, but the reasoning behind it and who he was with is astounding to me. I do story after story of young people throwing their lives away for the stupidest reasons just to say they did some dirt. And a lot of times when these stories, you get these pissant parents that sit up there and say the kid didn't do nothing and all this other stuff and try to throw all these technicalities in there when a lot of the problems start in the home where these children go out and run amok. I'll give you an example. Accountability is taught in the home. So is common sense. So is respect for others. And so is what's the last thing I'm trying to say when it comes to little boys or boys being brought up? You know what I'm saying? Being a leader instead of a follower. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy and a 13-year-old boy at the time this happened, I think it was last year, 2024, it might have been late 2023. They would go and hide in a tree line near an ATM. When people would come up there, they would rob them and ambush them. And him, at the time, he was 17, so it was last year. And he was with a 13-year-old boy who had the gun. This guy's been seen on videos, not videos, but, social media videos, throwing gang signs, influencing other children. How can you feel sorry for him? But the reason why I'm doing this story is he just got sentenced. And I'm going to show you the video right before his sentence, and I guess a couple days before he got sentenced. You'll see his mom. Once again, it's all about the moms. And she made it all about her. And then you'll see what happened to her when he was read his sentence, where they showed him no leniency. And watch what the mom do. Check it.
Convicted of murder by a Russell County jury will be sentenced Friday, but Jadarius Snipes' mother is standing firm, proclaiming his innocence and fighting for his future. News Leader 9's Amaya Graham has the details.
Back in October, a Russell County jury found Jadarius Snipes guilty of felony murder and first-degree robbery. The shooting took place back on December 12th of 2023, claiming the life of Ryan Bowles. Snipes' mother, Mary Herbert, insists her son is innocent, vowing to fight for him. She believes her son was railroaded.
We don't know the truth because you can't even see a face. My son said he wasn't there at all. And what the funny part about it is, I'm not trying to railroad my other son. My son said, "Mama, those aren't even his shoes. Those are my shoes. Where did they get my shoes for?"
According to the prosecution, Snipes and a 13-year-old can be seen robbing someone moments before the shooting. In the video, you can see the two individuals rob a man and go back to a tree line, awaiting their next victim, who would be Ryan Bowles. The district attorney says while Snipes was being interrogated, he admitted to being there.
Under Alabama law, if you're an accessory to a felony event and someone gets killed in the felony event, every participant in that felony event is guilty of the murder.
Herbert tells me she was also not notified when they arrested her son and was not able to contact him for 30 days.
They went to the school and got my son without my permission. They went to the school, asked the teacher, could he identify him? He said yes. They took him. Nobody called me. Nobody emailed me. Smoke signal, nothing. Then they took.
And at that time, how old was he?
16.
Nancy says Snipes was charged as an adult, therefore they did not have to notify Herbert. Jancy says Snipes was the leader the night of the shooting.
In his confession to police, he said, I was there involved in the patting of down to Mr. Rutledge. He didn't have anything, but I wanted to quit then. Well, if that's the case, he could have come in and said, I robbed Mr. Rutledge. Let's stop this. That kid's got a gun. He's going to kill somebody, and I don't agree with what he's doing, right? He could have done something that night to separate himself from that event. Instead, he stood in the wood line as a watchman.
And topping our news tonight, an East Alabama teen convicted as an accomplice to murder, learning his fate today in a Russell County courtroom. Emotional pleas from the parents on both sides of this case before the judge rendered his final ruling for 18-year-old Jadarius Snipes. But it was his mother who ended up in handcuffs during this proceeding. News Leader 9's Alexis Thornton joins us live from our newsroom after being at that sentencing hearing. So, Alexis, tell us more about this courtroom drama today.
Well, Jason, two fathers stood before the judge today with completely different pleas. Snipes' father begged for mercy for his son, while the victim's father demanded justice with the maximum sentence. But tensions escalated when Snipes' mother was handcuffed before the judge sentenced him to 45 years in prison.
I want you to see this because I lucked out because of the fact that I don't want to hear them say that stuff.
Jadarius Snipes' mother, Mary Herbert, left the courtroom after an investigator spoke to the court, referencing a social media picture the morning after the killing of Ryan Bowles. The investigator says the photo showed Snipes with a gun and throwing gang signs with younger boys, influencing them when officials say they should have been in school.
I'm entitled to be angry. I'm entitled to be pissed off. I'm entitled to walk away when I don't want to hear BS.
The judge ordered deputies to place her in handcuffs after she refused to come back inside the hearing.
So for anybody to try to condemn me or force me to listen and tell me I wanted you to be there for your son, no, you wanted me to listen to y'all lies. Because if you was actually there for my son in a judicial way, you would have never allowed none of this stuff to happen.
I think she is just making excuses for her son and for his actions and not taking responsibility, and he doesn't either.
Snipes was sentenced to 45 years for felony murder and 20 years for robbing Douglas Rutledge before Bowles was shot in the Synovus Bank parking lot on 13th Street in Phoenix City in December 2023. Rutledge also took the stand addressing Snipes, saying, quote, "I pray that you find peace. I love you and I forgive you." Rutledge called Snipes his nephew, just knowing him from the community.
He'll be eligible for parole at some point. I don't know when. The family and our office will be notified on any future parole dates, and as far as I'm concerned, we will begin objecting as soon as the parole dates come up.
And Snipes' mother says he will appeal in 42 days. The 15-year-old who pulled the trigger killing Bowles is serving time in a juvenile detention center, but due to his age, his sentence is sealed. CSU students also made a video tribute to Bowles that played in court today. Reporting in the newsroom, Alexis Thornton, WTVM News Leader 9.
Hear that bullshit? Goes to tell you, like I said before, it's a big difference between black people and ninjas. And it's the mentality of what comes out their mouth. They tell you every damn time. Ma'am, your son robbed with a 13-year-old boy when he was 17. He was the leader. And he robbed and killed a grown man. For nothing. At ATM. You get on TV, went to the news place. She was in the news studio talking. They already knew what the outcome was. But you was vehemently getting out there talking, and that's not even his shoes. I'm not trying to throw my son under the bus, but the shoes, he said, where you get my shoes from? If you said that you tried to use that it was dark out there and that wasn't him, and you couldn't make out his face, but you could damn sure make out his shoes, and then you're on national TV, you tell that your son said, that ain't his shoes, that's my shoes. Listen closely. How did he get my shoes on? Implicating him. So regardless if it was dark or not, you knew it was your kid, and you said that on national TV. Then your dumbass get in court, and they tell him, yeah, they're talking, and you all in there trying to be loud and all this other stuff in the court of law, and they trying to talk to you. I ain't got nothing to say. He ain't even got the sentence yet, and you in there acting a donkey. You walk out, go get her. They handcuff you, put the camera on you, all about you once again. See how they do me all because I walked out. I ain't gonna sit there and let them talk stupid stuff. What's stupid is your son is in that position. See, I think people get on TV and they talk and they try to act like they victims and stuff as parents because their situation looks bad and they don't want to look like bad parents. So they say things, no matter what, I'm going to stick by my son. You know your son was a fucktard. And I'm more than sure he was before this even happened. But this is a build-up. 9 times out of 10, before you see these kids go out and do these crazy crimes, when they get caught, what about the ones that they don't? See, once you do something, it emboldens you to do more and more and more, and then the crimes get more and more and more brazen. I'm more than sure this wasn't his first brush with the law. And if he's at 17, running with 13-year-olds, number one, and being manipulated by them, number two, like you said, he's definitely a dumbass and nobody feels sorry for him. But then again, seeing how you carried on in front of the camera, that let me know a little bit about how he was raised. You know what I'm saying? It's a damn shame he's 18 years old and he's gone for 65 years. All because he wanted to kill somebody and attain some money when he could have got it at home. Or maybe if he couldn't get it at home, he still should know this is not what you do. And ma'am, as much as you trying to tread water for him and stop him from sinking into the bullshit that he willingly dove into, that street life and all that other bullshit that they use out here to trick people, you know what I'm saying, and get caught up in the midst. The water is too much. It's too much volume of water coming in there for you to keep his head above water. And subsequently, part of you drowned with him. Parenting start at home. Motherfucker can say whatever they want. There's some type of lapse out here that has a kid the way he's locked up, and then you on national TV, he ain't doing nothing. Sickening. Sickening. Most people won't talk about this type of stuff. I'll talk about it, man, because we need to start ripping the Band-Aid off of this bullshit that a lot of people see in the black community, don't want to say nothing because they got a herd mentality and they think because we the same color, we supposed to think the same. Shit is dumb. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if his dad was in his life. Said that dad was in there talking. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, it is a flip side to this. Don't get me wrong. It is a flip side to this. Sometimes you could do the best you can with kids, and they gonna do what they want to do anyway. But I told you this old adage, kids don't do what you say, they do what you do. And it was something in your voice or something in your mannerism or something he seen down the line to where he adopted a mentality of he gonna do what he gonna do regardless. And he might have got it from you because you gonna do what you gonna do regardless in court, and you got locked up and your son got sent up the fucking river. And that's the sad part. You know, everybody wish they could do more when something happens to somebody that they love or care about, especially in their household. But I mean, a lot of times you gotta self-reflect. And this ain't taught to kids nowadays. If you reflect on situations where you're like, damn, even if you did something, you're like, man, I'm about to get killed. Let me stop doing this. Or this ain't right. You know what I'm saying? They don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? They run to the action and relish in it. How can you feel sorry for them when this type of shit happened? Or feel sorry for the parents that say, he's a good kid after doing something bad. Somebody died here. They died. They're not coming back. They can't self-reflect. They can't grow old. But he can. And he's the one that gave out the death sentence. And they locking him up and you mad and you gonna sit up there and act like the life of this person that didn't know him, that he went to fucking hurt or take something from with another fucktard ass kid late at night when he should have been at the fucking house and in school. It was a school night. You don't bear no responsibility. And no matter what, people need to look at him as, oh, he's just a kid. And, it wasn't him. Semantics. That shit don't hold up in court. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. A lot of times these kids are out here doing crazy stuff. And then you say, where they get it from? And then a parent come and say, I'm the mother. I'm the father. And they talk for 10 seconds and then you realize the cause to the effect. I will see you in the next video. Take care.